Welcome to Homestead Today. Today's project is learning about cows. If you want a milk cow for your homestead, or a beef cow for that matter, what are some of the best cows that you could use for those projects? We're going our way, we're hooking up to the trailer now, we're on our way to a dairy farm that is local to where I live at, and we're going to talk to them and possibly purchase some calves today. Okay, so we're on the way now. We're heading down the road, trailer hooked up. Next step, look for some cows. What kind of cows would be the best ones? We're going to ask a couple questions when we get there. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to leave a comment up on the page and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. I want to try to help you out because a lot of people don't understand that different cows do different things. In my situation, I'm looking for beef and milk. Types of milk from the cow would have what they call butter fat in them. The type of cow that I'm going to be looking at today is a Holstein cow. It doesn't produce as much butter fat as like a Jersey or a Guernsey, but you can still be able to make different things with it. I'm going to ask some more questions in depth to where we're going. And like I said, feel free to leave a comment or question or anything like that on the page at any given time. I'll try to get that question answered. And if I don't know, I'll find out and let you know. Okay, so we've returned. Not as successful as I would like to be on purchases of calves. I was looking maybe to purchase a small heifer calf, which was very unsuccessful, and that's kind of a hard thing to do if you are looking to get a heifer, which is the female of cows. You might want to go to a livestock market. Sometimes you can look up and find one. If you know a person who knows a person who knows a person, you might be able to. But instead, I ended up purchasing 4. So you can see they're being lazy now. It's been a long day for them. 4 Holstein bull calves. Now, let me express to you, Holstein bulls can be very, very aggressive when they get to be an adult. So what's going to happen is after I start the weaning process on them, I'm going to band them. And what banding means is when you take a rubber band that is a real tiny rubber band that opens up, and you will put their testicles into them, and you will leave that band on, and after a period of time they will wither up, die, and fall off. That will help with most of the aggression in them. But I'm going to turn these bulls into steers. So, you know, after they get a certain age, one of them will go in my freezer. A couple of them will go into the market after they reach a certain amount of pounds. So I'm really doing a double duty here because not only am I going to be putting food in my freezer, I am going to try to do a small profit on these as well. That would help a whole lot as far as the pocketbook goes. Some people really don't have to, you know, do this method, and that's fine. If you preferably need to get a heifer, I would suggest to get probably more like a Jersey with an Angus cross. That will work very, very well. It would give off a lot of milk. The beef will be fairly hardy, and the cow will be very small, very gentle. That would be my suggestion. Also, the butter fat, I was talking about that earlier. The butter fat would be, you know, sufficient enough for your butters and your cheeses and stuff like that. Now these cows right here, they are about 4 to 5 days old, so that means I'm bottle feeding them. And one thing you want to remember when you're bottle feeding your calves, when you buy a milk replacer, you want to make sure that you can best get one that's a 20/20, preferably without the soy in it. I wouldn't get the medicated kind, not unless you see some evidence of scours. Then I would get the peel instead, and something for rehydration, in between the bottles. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just like any other animal. You feed it, and then probably about next week sometime, I'm gonna start integrating some starter feeds in with them, and some water as well, and get them going on trying to eat a few things. And then after a few weeks, I'm going to start a weaning process. It's best to start it around about 4 to 5 weeks, around that time, weaning them off of that bottle. And then after that, I'm gonna try to integrate grass into them. Hopefully, we'll be into the point where grass is growing, and some of my pasture will be, going fairly well, and get them on some fresh grass. I'm still have to, leave them on the bottom just for a little while longer. But after that, we should be good to go. If you really want to leave one of your bulls as a bull, I suggest to, let it get up to a certain amount of pounds, maybe 600, 500, 600, no more than 700, and sell it, at the market. It should bring fairly decent. It's a Holstein, so not a lot of people really want a Holstein bull, but, just in case, you might know somebody who might want one who has a dairy farm, and if they're willing to deal with the aggression of the bull, then, there you go. So that has been my day for today. I'm sorry I didn't have a whole lot of footage. I kind of kept it on the low because of the fact that I really didn't ask for a lot of permission to do any videotaping down at the farm. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully in the future I can, be able to give you some more footages of area dairy farmers and so forth and so on. But until then, stay tuned to Homestead Today. Feel free to leave some comments.